Chosen ones, what I am about to reveal might shake you, perhaps even stop you in your tracks. This message hasn't reached you by accident. God Himself has drawn you here for a reason, to hear a word meant specifically for you. Have you ever been in a storm so fierce that you could do nothing but stand there frozen in place? The wind howling, the rain pounding against you, and all your instincts screaming, "Run! Fix this! Do something!" But deep down, you know, there's nothing you can do. Before we step into this life-changing revelation, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and declare your trust in God by commenting, "Lord, I surrender to you." This simple act isn't just engagement, it's a declaration of faith, a way to align your heart with God's power. And if you're truly ready to experience His hand moving in your life, stay with me till the end, because the final moment of this message might be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Life often feels like that, doesn't it? A storm raging around us, problems at work, struggles in our families, unexpected loss, anxiety creeping in like a relentless downpour. And we try to fix it, we try to control it. But what if the answer wasn't in doing more, but in being still? Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." But let's be honest, how do we do that when life is chaotic? When everything in us wants to take control, to worry, to act? Imagine this. There's a young man named Elias, a faithful Christian, always trying his best. But life hasn't been easy lately. His job is uncertain, his finances are stretched, and his prayers feel like they're hitting a ceiling. One evening, sitting alone in his car after another long day, he sighs and whispers, "God, where are you? Why aren't you moving?" Have you ever been there? Waiting for God to show up, desperate for a sign, for an answer? That's exactly where Elias was. But what he didn't realize was that God was about to move in a way he never expected. Let's pause for a moment. Have you ever felt like Elias? Like you're waiting for God to act, but all you hear is silence? If you have, type Amen in the comments and let's stand in faith together. Now, back to Elias. One night, exhausted, he opened his Bible to Psalm 46. His eyes landed on verse 1, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble." And suddenly, something clicked. God wasn't asking him to fix everything. He wasn't asking him to have all the answers. He was asking him to trust, to be still. And then, just a few days later, something incredible happened. Elias got a call out of the blue. It was from an old colleague who remembered Elias's integrity and hard work. There was an opportunity, something better than Elias could have orchestrated on his own, something that matched his skills and provided the financial stability he so desperately needed. And just like that, a door opened where there seemed to be no way. Isn't it amazing how God moves when we least expect it? Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come not when we're striving and struggling, but when we finally surrender, when we let go and let God. And that's the twist in our story. The world teaches us to hustle, to grind, to make things happen by our own strength. But God's kingdom operates differently. Jesus teaches us in Matthew 11:28-30, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." Rest. It's the opposite of what we expect to bring results, isn't it? But it's in that rest, in that stillness, that God's power is released. C.S. Lewis once said, "I am sure that God keeps no one waiting unless he sees that it is good for him to wait." What a profound thought. Maybe the waiting isn't punishment. Maybe it's preparation. Maybe it's where our faith is strengthened, where our character is built, where we learn to truly trust God, not just with our words, but with our lives. Think about the disciples in the storm with Jesus, waves crashing, the boat rocking, fear gripping their hearts. And there was Jesus, asleep, calm in the chaos. When they woke him, panicking, he simply spoke, "Peace, be still," and the storm obeyed. Sometimes the greatest storms in our lives are calmed not by our efforts, but by His Word. And maybe the stillness He calls us to isn't about inactivity. It's about surrender. It's about trusting that He is in control, even when everything around us seems out of control. What storm are you facing right now? Where is God calling you to be still and trust Him? Share it in the comments. Let's lift each other up in prayer today. You never know who might need to hear your story to find strength for their own journey. And as Elias learned, sometimes God's timing isn't about delay. It's about perfect alignment. He's orchestrating things behind the scenes that we can't see. And when it's time, His answer will come with power and precision. Elias's life didn't change because he worked harder. It changed because he trusted harder. And that's the key. Too often we think of faith as action, doing more, praying harder, striving to please God. But real faith is often found in stillness, in trusting before we see the answer, in believing before the breakthrough comes. Psalm 46 isn't just about being still, it's about knowing. Be still and know that I am God. It's a call to confidence, not passivity. It's about resting in the certainty that no matter what storm we're in, God is still in control. He is still powerful. He is still working. Think about Moses at the Red Sea. The Israelites were trapped. Behind them, an army ready to destroy them. Before them, an impossible sea. The people panicked, cried out, questioned everything. And what did Moses say? "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Exodus 14:14. And then, God moved. The waters parted. The impossible became possible, and deliverance came in the most unexpected way. Maybe today God is telling you the same thing. Stop striving. Stop trying to force things. Just be still and watch Him move. C.S. Lewis once said, "Relying on God has to begin all over again every day as if nothing had yet been done." That's the essence of faith. Not a one-time decision, but a daily surrender. So, what do you need to surrender today? What burden do you need to lay at God's feet? Maybe it's a financial worry, a broken relationship, a decision you just don't have clarity on. Whatever it is, God is already working. He's already making a way. You just need to trust. If this message spoke to you, drop a "God, I trust you" in the comments. Let's declare it together. And if you need prayer, don't hesitate to share your request. Let's stand in faith as a community, believing that God's power is moving even now. Because when we are still, that's when we see His hand. Before you leave, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you love Jesus, be sure to become a part of our community.